Hard drives to hard cash, unbelievable crypto stories revealed. Imagine waking up one day just to see your $100 turn into 100 grand. Sounds unimaginable, right? Well, crypto's made it all pretty achievable. From producing millionaires in tree houses to giving pizza delivery guys a fortune, crypto's given birth to many amazing rags to riches stories. It's like one of those unreal miracles people wish for. And so, here are the most unbelievable crypto stories that have rocked the internet. P.S. You better be prepared for the last one. It's the most mind-blowing one yet. By now, many of you might have heard about crypto, but a decade ago, it was just another internet shenanigan. Unknown to many and inconspicuous to few, Bitcoin, which is worth 37 grand now, was worth just a few cents. This quote-unquote internet currency got little to no attention back then, and those who did buy it soon forgot about its existence. But little did they know that this virtual coin might someday make them millionaires, and this is exactly what happened with 39-year-old Christoffer Koch. Back in 2009, Kristoffer decided to buy 5,000 Bitcoins for only $27. This transaction was made only to satisfy his curiosity about the new digital currency, but soon after, he was over it and moved on to better things. Or that's what he thought he was doing. Because while the coins lay dormant in some corner of his computer, Bitcoin's value was slowly reaching the moon. As the years went by, Bitcoin was worth more than any currency in the world, and this was when Kristoffer remembered he owned a few himself. It was in 2013 when he received news about the surge in crypto. He realized that his $27 investment had suddenly turned him into a millionaire. It was a dream come true for the 29-year-old. Soon after, the young Norwegian got himself a fancy apartment in Oslo and started living his dream life. Now, what would you do if you had $1 million show up in your account? While Chris had no problem remembering the password to his wallet, it's been a whole different story for German programmer Stefan Thomas. Imagine having $200 million to your name, but the money is in a locker and you can't remember the password to it. Sounds like a nightmare, doesn't it? Well, our German programmer Stefan is living this nightmare right now. In 2011, Stefan received a sum of 7,000 Bitcoins, which he safely secured in an encrypted hard drive. Pretty thoughtful of him, right? Well, wait till you hear what happens next. Over time, as Bitcoin's value started skyrocketing, Stefan went back to access the 7,000 Bitcoins. But while doing so, he realized that he had forgotten the password to the hard drive. In a panic and worry, Stefan tried 8 different passwords, each giving him the same incorrect password message. Now that was worrying. But this story gets even darker when Stefan realizes that this hard drive is not an ordinary one. It's a much more secure drive that will lock for the rest of eternity if he gets the password wrong 10 times. Now, with only 2 chances left, Steph isn't risking anything. That's a pretty unfortunate position because a small mistake can cost you $200 million. Imagine having such luck. While this instance didn't really change his life though, I hope it does one day. Davinci Jeremy, on the other hand, has seen his life take an entire spin. Back in the day, Bitcoin had very few buyers and even fewer advocates, and Davinci Jeremy was amongst the very few. In May 2013, when a Bitcoin was only worth a single dollar, Jeremy put in all the effort convincing people to buy the coins. In his efforts, he even took to YouTube with a video in which he clearly showed how the new digital coin would be the future. He knew exactly what he was talking about, because not too late did Bitcoin blow up, and it blew up big. Now that Jeremy had already invested heavily into crypto, it was his time to get paid big time. Seen cruising around in private jets and leaving no country untouched, he's living his life like a boss. How did I not see his video back then? Ah well, never mind. His story is quite sensational as well, because in an era where people try to make the best for themselves, Jeremy was out there convincing others as well. Talk about a visionary, eh? While Jeremy is out living life, what happened to his followers? Well, it's like 2 sides to the same coin. While being interviewed, a viewer claimed that Jeremy's videos had convinced him to buy Bitcoins, but unluckily, he fell short of becoming a millionaire only because of a server error. Yes, a small server error that didn't let him buy the coins back then. Boy, would I be mad if that ever happened to me. While many didn't listen to him, a few were sparked by Davinci's words, and I bet you they're in a position right now that they could only daydream about. I know now a lot of you are probably kicking yourselves for not catching that video before as well. Jeremy is only one of the many pioneers of crypto, and we have many more interesting personalities lined up, and trust me, the stories, they only get better and better. Crypto doesn't care about your age or your gender, all it cares about is the amount and a bit of brains. Talking about brains, do you think the previous people calculated their way through crypto? Nope. They all just stumbled upon this fortune only by accident and pure luck, but this isn't the case for the then 15-year-old Eddie Zillion. As one would expect, most teenagers tend to splurge their savings on either the latest PlayStation or some TikTok trend, but this wasn't the case for Eddie Zillion. Eddie made quite some smart moves and moves that gave him the title of the Wolf of Crypto Street. And at only 15 years old, Eddie went on to make accounts on 2 crypto trading platforms, Coinbase and Kraken. While being a bit skeptical, Eddie went and took the risk of buying $100 worth of the cryptocurrency Ether. And, well, on the same day, to Eddie's surprise, he made a 10% profit. This had the kid jumping in his bed. For a teenager, making even $10 is a major thing. But before we even go down that road, one should know that when Eddie started this, there were very few crypto experts and even fewer resources or tools to help him out. It was just Eddie facing this scary and unknown world of crypto. But despite all of this, the young teenager took the plunge into the crypto world, and a plunge that changed his entire life. So the kid was playing chess while the rest of us were playing checkers? Soon after, Eddie took his entire savings of $12,000 and threw that in the saucepan. The $12,000 soon started doubling and tripling each second until the kid was worth $1 million. Eddie was just like any other teenager, except that he had a Lamborghini in his garage and $1 million to spend. This was an eye-opener, wasn't it? Well, it doesn't even compare to what we have next. Laszlo, an early miner of Bitcoin, once bought 2 pizzas for Bitcoins. Laszlo has a special place in Bitcoin folklore, a place so special that the community commemorated the day he bought the pizzas as Bitcoin Pizza Day. But what's so special about Pizza Day? Well, before we divulge the specifics of it, let's learn who Laszlo was. A co-developer and programmer by profession, Laszlo was among the earliest Bitcoin holders, and not just that, he was the first to mine the coin and also the first to release it on Mac OS. But this wasn't his biggest feat. His biggest achievement would be giving a price to the $1 million currency. Yes, he was the one who gave Bitcoin's existence meaning. So how did he do that? Well, he made the first ever purchase with it. Now, what was that first purchase? On Bitcoin Pizza Day, Mr. Laszlo bought 2 Papa John's pizzas for a staggering 10,000 Bitcoins. Though back then, it's true that 10,000 Bitcoin could only get you 2 pizzas. But now experts and crypto fanatics place that pizza at a value of $45 million. Now boy, that is one expensive pizza. While many laugh at Laszlo for this purchase, he himself is quite content with that purchase. Bitcoin is meant to be a virtual currency for online purchases, and Laszlo was doing exactly that. But the fact that the pizza delivery guy is probably out there living the time of his life is one we can all envy. Do you think Laszlo made the right purchase? Well, all these stories were just a few of the many experiences we've come across. And while these stories span a broad spectrum, they represent the unpredictable and transformative power of the cryptocurrency world on individual lives. But for now, which story do you think was the most striking? Which life transformation do you think was noteworthy? And does crypto yield the power to change anyone's life? If you like this video, please do press that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Luxury Lores for content that will one day make you a part of this list. Thanks for watching.